Hi there, Titans, and welcome back to another Titan Academy video. Today we'll be talking about some of the advanced options in your Get integration with Salesforce. First, we'll take a look at the Remove Empty Conditions option. After that, we will try the Map Error To option. Then we'll take a look at how to translate pick lists with the translated values from Salesforce. And finally, we'll show you how you can limit the options for your pick lists based on the record type filtering option. Let's get started. So as you can see here, I've already got a form set up that essentially works like a search where I'm able to search based on account and stage and bring an opportunity. Let's take a look at the get that I've set up over here to search. And what I want you to notice here is the condition. In my condition, I'm going to do the following. I'm going to say that the account ID equals my lookup field for my account, and the stage is equal to the stage pick list that I have on my project. Now, if both of these conditions match, then I should get the opportunities that match that condition. So let's first search an account that I know has opportunities, and we'll say close one, and we'll search. And as you can see here, I've got a number of opportunities. But what will happen if I try this again, and instead of choosing a stage, let's say I want to bring all opportunities under this account, regardless of what stage they are. So I'm going to leave the stage empty, and I'll only filter based on account. Notice that when I search, I don't bring back any values. And that's because my condition is not being met, because my condition needs a stage that exists in Salesforce. I need the account and the stage to match in order for my condition to be true. So what can I do in order to make this work? I'll head over to my Salesforce Get, and I'll head over to my Opportunity Get, and I'm going to go to Advanced, and I'll remove empty conditions. What this allows me to do is any part of the condition that has an empty value, it will completely ignore and not relate to that part of the condition and just use the rest of the condition. Let's go ahead and save. In our example here, if we leave stage empty and we only use account, now we should get all opportunities regardless of their stage as long as they're under this particular account. And as you can see, we've got opportunities that are in negotiate review, close one, and needs analysis. And those are all the opportunities under this account. And the same would work if we did stage instead of account. It would simply ignore the empty value and only relate to the part of the condition that's actually filled in. So that can be a really useful trick, especially when you're using multiple fields as filters. All right, the next thing we want to take a look at is how to map an error to a variable on your project. So if we head over to Advanced one more time, we have an option here for Map Error To. Now I've already set up a variable here as a page variable, and you can watch our other videos showing how to set up variables. So I've got this page variable called error var, and you can choose any variable that you have on your project here. And I'm going to go ahead and just make a condition that I know will fail my validation or fail so that we can see the error in our variable. Now for this, I'm just making sure that I've got my debug mode on so that I can see my variable. And now if I go ahead and preview, and I'll just run a blank search here, I can see that error message is now here in my variable. Now I can do a lot with this variable. For example, I can push it to Salesforce, or I can show it to my end user, whatever you decide. All right. Let's move on, and I'll show you quickly how we can set up a translation with a pick list from Salesforce. Now I've got in Salesforce a pick list that's already been translated. We're going to use the account object, and we'll use the SLA. And normally, if I were to check this out right now, you can see my values are all in English. Now what if I wanted to translate those values with my translated workbench values from Salesforce? I'm going to head over to my pick list, head over to account, head over to advanced, and I'm going to choose the language that I'd like. Now keep in mind you can also choose dynamic languages, and in a different video specific to translations we'll show you that, but just today I'll show you how to do this with a static language, in this case French, and I'll go ahead and apply, and I'll run this. Sorry, let me just check this out one more time, make sure that it's set up. We've got our translation on, and let's go ahead and apply. And now that we've turned our translation on, we should see here French values, which we see. All right, so that's a cool, quick way that you can bring in translated values from Salesforce. The next thing I want to demonstrate is how you can bring in different values based on the record type in Salesforce. Now I've got here already open my record type for my account objects. So you can see I've got two record types. One is type A, I have another one that's type B, and in this case, I'm going to show the options that I have here under SLA for type A, and you can see that I should only have gold, silver, and platinum once I filter by record type. Now I'm going to grab this record type ID and I'm going to throw it into my project here. Now keep in mind I'm doing other and putting a static value here. You can also use a value from your project. So if you have that record type ID somewhere else in your project, you can use that as well. Here it's just a static value. But let's go ahead and turn on the record type filtering based on this record type ID. Go ahead and apply that. And now we should see the limited values of SLA. Oh, it's still in French, but I think you get the idea. Let's just turn off the translation. All right. And we'll refresh this. And now we can see our 3 values just like we see over here in Salesforce. So those are some of the more advanced things that you can do with your Get integration, and that's how it's done.